welcome to Overgrowth for Game 1 of this Best of 9 StarCraft extravaganza. Our first player down here in the bottom left-hand corner is, of course, the orange Terran player playing for Samsung Galaxy. Give it up for Journey.
And his opponent spawning in the top right, representing my insanity, he is the red Protoss player, Rain. It's like the sound of rain falling.
Yeah. I actually,
on a skylight.
I don't know if you. I'm gonna have to stop going on about Gfinity at some point. But if you were watching today, Jorasar at some point was talking about some guy who was clapping really, really loudly.
Yeah.
That was me.
Really?
That was me, sat like about 10 meters away from the casting desk, going, "Yeah, yeah,
nice. I remember you've been excited to go though. That's what's awesome. Like, you know, and to have all these players come out there. Right?
Well, to finally have a major, or at least semi-major StarCraft event in England is just crazy. I think before the Gfinities, the last big kind of esports event of any kind, well, I mean, a StarCraft event of any kind really, was the old WCS system in 2012 or something.
Wow.
When we had the UK qualifiers, and even that was only UK players. So like there was, I'm not sure if Bling was there, the Muslim was there was like Johnny Rico and Zik Tamini, and those were like the only players you might have heard of. I mean, I imagine.
Whoa.
Okay, no, never mind. For some reason I thought we were looking at that and that was in Journey's base.
It was like Journey's base, yeah. Just a pylon and admire.
Why are we zooming in on this pylon? It mmust be in like Journey's base, but to be fair, that will scout a proxy factory pretty nicely, and you mentioned that as a possibility of something that could come out of Journey. We've seen him do it before. And also, Rain managed to deny Journey scouting, so if he does go for a proxy factory, he won't know that that pylon's there unless he comes back in with the scout. So he might
be too late by the time he
he might just go for it, and then the kind of factory starts to land and sees, oh, there's a pylon here.
Yeah, but
I think
Journey going for one gas. Did he drop down an Expo? Yeah, he did. So he pulled out a gas after getting it. He made a Reaper, got a little bit of gas here to get the reactor, and then he ended up, well, he sees a pylon now, but he ended up going for the expansion and then going back into gas. Hasn't taken that second gas just yet either. So yeah, he's going to drop a second barracks here and should have enough Marines out in order to deal with, say it was an Oracle opener from Rain. But Rain went for a double gas opener himself here, I think. Can't remember if he was mining the gas there or if he just had done the double gas with 2 in each and then saturated.
No, he had a single gas with 3, and he just finished up his second gas with 3 in them. You can see because of the gas in them as well. Of course, you click.
Oh yeah, true. Yep.
But yeah, fast Twilight Council here for Rain as his first tech choice, and opening Blink is pretty standard in PvT. I feel like Protoss generally has quite a lot of options opening versus T. They've got, well, I mean, they can open pretty much any of their techs. They can open Robo, right? Or Twilight or Stargate. They're all completely viable openings. Sure. And Twilight generally into Blink, but you do want to get that Robo up and the Colossus Bay pretty shortly after that, because eventually Blink Stalkers just die to bio. Any kind of gateway units really eventually
if you go straight into it and don't end the game.
Yeah.
There's always that timer. Whenever you go into Blink Stalkers, there is that timer. Medivacs come out. You start to see that they have stim. And just a little bit too much, and there's no snowball effect. But, you know, you also see this where, I think you were saying, like, going into Robo right after it is such a great idea, but opening with the Blink allows you to shut down that early drop, even, you know, any kind of earlier pressure. Stalkers are great in that stage of the game, but as you said, as time goes on, you're going to have to switch that up to something else.
Yeah, definitely. Unless you can get enough damage done with a little bit of harassment or enough damage avoided by just defending a bunch of drops of Blink Stalkers. But it looks like, I mean, Rain, he's always been a fairly straight-up player, and there is that Robo coming down. So, yeah, 3-8 Blink into Robo but it's pretty much as standard as it would get, I would say, from Protoss in PvT right now. But,
but we're going to see some pressure here, Trig. I mean, there's a pylon coming down quite early here for Rain. And even if he does get that Robo, that, you know, he still could be just getting it for maybe an Observer in case there is a Widow Mine here as well. But it does give him the potential to go into whatever he does want to. But there's no gas that has been taken at the natural just yet. But
and with
to make the probes
with only 3 gates as well, I think yeah, this is just light pressure by Rain.
Yep.
Maybe it forced an overreaction from Journey. To be honest, I think this bunker is already more than is strictly necessary against just 3 gates. Rain can, I mean, he's going to pick off a few bio units here. If Journey pulls SCVs to repair, he's going to try and focus them down, and we just see that there. But again, Rain's not going to, he shouldn't be able to do too much game-ending damage with this. The second bunker is just for safety, really. But
yeah. He's just getting ahead, you know, pretty much forcing Journey to not be just sitting back in his base, doing absolutely nothing, just macroing up. No, he's going to try to use that to his advantage. If you're going to open with Blink, you might as well do it, as it doesn't really lead to any other tech that you're going to use just yet. It's mainly just to get yourself into that mid-game and secure your own self, right? So Rain can feel a little bit more safe, unless there was some kind of Widowmine that did just sneak in. But he has some pretty decent pylon placement to at least try to react to it, with his Mothership core still at home, I believe.
Here's the Observer, though, and all the Stalkers are going to blink up here. Stim... No, that's Combat Shield. Stim is done. Okay. Whew. Whew. That could have been
close,
imagine.
But,
yeah, one Stalker does go down. A little bit annoying for Rain, but, I mean, the rest of them should be able to go down pretty nicely. The Observer being picked off is nice, especially given that the second unit to come out of that Robo was a Warp Prism. Yeah. So Rain's not going to have any detection for a while, and there are 2 Widowmines on the way for Journey. But this Warp Prism has 3 Zealots already loaded up into it. It's going to be able to do a decent amount of harass, although Journey does have a supply depot, so he'll catch on to what's happening fairly quickly. And
Rain is doing really good.
Rain's actually overextended a little bit with his Stalkers, I think.
Oh, the Stim is done, actually. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was doing really good with it. He got down one of the bunkers, didn't lose too many Stalkers, but then, yeah, as soon as that Stim was complete, Journey was able to get a little bit of damage done himself. But now is Journey in a bit of a weird spot here, as oh, he's feeling it. +1 is done for him as well. There are no upgrades here for Rain.
All these Stalkers on such low health as well, which, I mean, it's testament to Rain's micro. But on the other hand, it's testament to how much faster they're going to die to Bio.
For later,
yeah. Also, drop going down in the main. That Warp Prism has made its way inside. 3 Zealots swiping away at Marauders and SCVs. 3 more being warped in now. And Journey has to come back and deal with this. His army, quite a few Marauders, great against Stalkers. Not so hot against Zealots, although this SimCity, these chokes will help that out. The Warp Prism does manage to get away just out of range of that Widowmine. So,
yeah, and he saves 4 Zealots there. But Journey not being too phased by all of this, as he is already taking the 3rd on location. I don't think that's going to be able to be saved just yet. He has a little bit of time to react to it, though.
Yeah. Oh, did Rain not see that? No, he did see it. I'm kind of surprised why he didn't at least snipe the SCV with 1 Stalker, because it's one-shottable. It's 5 health SCV. But, yeah, we've got that Colossus on its way now for Rain. Well, in fact, I mean, on its way to join up with the main army. The second one just finishing up at home. And, yeah, as Rain moves towards the 3rd base, we should see the Templar Archives come down pretty shortly to move towards Storm, because, I mean, what's better than 1 form of splash damage?
I'm gonna take a wild guess here, Trigon. I'm gonna say five ways of splash damage.
5 forms of splash damage. Whoa, that's crazy. That's like Ghost, Hellion.
What is it? Yeah, Hellion, Widowmine.
Yeah, but
Nuke. But there we go. Can get a cancel on that 3rd. I don't think he's gonna be able to. There are 2 Colossi here.
Yeah.
But at least Journey knows that Rain is going to be taking that 3rd. And I like Rain's position as far as making workers do all of that pressure. He's already up to 64.
It's nice.
So it's already going to be saturated by the time it is done. So it's going to be up to Journey to try to do something here. But he's on a pretty healthy SCV count himself. Was able to get that 3rd command center down on location.
Oh, yeah, that's... Oh, this is... I don't know how to call this. This is a little bit brave by Rain. I think the Observer gets sniped. This is really nice from Journey. So those Widowmines have no answer right now. And without very much bio-tanking for these Colossi, one of them is going to go down. But Journey backs off. I think that was a pretty good trade for him. He had a very small bio force there. Both players just kind of skirmishing with a little force, but those Colossi
I think they both were in that way where you were thinking too, like, I don't know how to call this, and they both kind of were like, can I do this? Or I think I can, and then using a few Marauders, we're able to pick off a few of those Stalkers that were low health, as you stated, remember, because of how much Rain was microing them earlier. Still. And then he was even able to get a Colossus, too, so I'll take that trade any day as a Terran player.
Journey's throwing down a 2nd starport now. And this is going to be really interesting because second starport, if he produces a bunch of Vikings out of this, he could go for, and he never produces a Ghost Academy, he could go for a really, really strong SCV pool with tons and tons of Vikings just to take out the Colossus, and then a bunch of SCVs. And I think that's what we could see him try to hit a pre-storm timing as the Temple Archives just now come down for rain. That means Storm is quite a long way away, and if Journey hits alongside 2-2 with a bunch of SCVs, that could be a really, really nice timing for him. We'll kind of see how it works out a little bit later on, but for now, Journey's just trying to keep the pressure on Rain a little bit, make sure he doesn't get too comfortable on his 3 bases. Oh, and a Mind Drop over third base kills a bunch of pros. 5 kills on one, 7 kills in the third base, and 6 kills in the main as well.
He got 13.
I don't know how Rain didn't spot that.
How did he do that? Yeah, I mean, he just kind of slipped in there with a few of those medevacs and was able to get those kills, and that's pretty big here. That might not even force Journey to do any kind of SCV pull. Now he's just like, okay, I got that economic damage done.
Yeah, maybe.
And even the fact that he did get his armory, so he's able to get the 2-2 and have a really strong timing. I always get so scared on this map doing when a Terran does an SCV pull, because the Protoss, it depends on how, I guess, I don't know, experienced they are with it, because there's always that space where the Vikings can hang out, but sometimes it just doesn't even really work out. Yeah.
That's a nice little snipe there by Journey, just scanning, running in Snipe the Observer. This is a really high medevac count as well. I guess that's testament to the double starport. But speaking of, we did see the Ghost Academy come down. So I think you're right. He sees the economic damage done and is more happy to go into the later game. Generally, you won't see a SCV pool with Ghost Academy, but yeah, we'll see.
Like only like the timing with them, and you don't have upgrades either, right? It's like
I mean,
you don't have enough time to do it and have it work, but
the time is rapidly slipping away. Obviously, a storm is basically done. Yep. So Journey's going to go into the macro game. He's got a nice little upgrade lead going for him as well. Rain just about finished +2 armor, but Journey, of course, will be on 2-2 pretty shortly, along with +1 attack for his Vikings pretty soon. As Journey moves just 1 Marine scouting up into the 4th base, he's going to spot that there. Might even be able to try and focus down a High Templar, but an engagement coming down over towards what will be the 5th base. Rain, very nice Word of Mine shots. They will get taken out by Storm, but they softened off those Zealots very, very well for Journey to come in. And Journey's kind of been hiding his Vikings, hiding them away out there. And he's now actually got 10 of them. With this next round finishing, he's going to be one-shotting Colossi. Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised here that Rain hasn't been continuing to produce them, because he hasn't seen any of those Vikings either. And that, usually when you see the Vikings as a Protoss, and you said it like, hiding those is a really smart idea. But Rain, I guess, is just like, you know what, I didn't really plan to make them anyway. And
I guess so.
This is just going to be a pretty sick macro game, man. Starting it off.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
The finals of the ESL here on Overgrowth.
I mean,
thinking,
yeah, Rain says he wants to end it early and then goes up to 4 bases on Overgrowth. I'm getting mixed signals there. Maybe he was just trying to psych out Journey and trying to make Journey think.
He got a really good night's sleep last night, I bet. Yep.
Oh, that's kind of painful, losing that War Prison like that. As much for the robo cycle time as anything, particularly now he knows how many Vikings are on the way. Actually, that second robotics bay coming down pretty much as soon as he sees those Vikings, he knows he's going to have to remax on Colossi at some point, because those Vikings mean he's going to be losing a lot of Colossi.
Yeah, so, he will be. But he also has a Storm to take them out. He has the Blink Stalkers there. Yeah. So as the time goes by, it gives him the kind of opportunity to try to tech switch there. That Stalker. Oh, that Templar just got shot in the face.
Bam, bam. Nice feedback, though. I think that's all the energy on the Ghost.
Yep,
so that's everything gone now. And there's still 2 High Templar with 2 Storms each, but Journey's moving in here, sniping down those Colossi. A couple of them will fall already, but the Storms are about to fall. Little bit whiff, though, falling only on those Zealots. That's a decent one. And now all the Colossi are dead, though, and pretty much all the splash damage is gone for Rain. So Journey's just going to be able to kite back away from these Zealots. But with no more Marines, he doesn't really have enough to take out the mass gateway forces of Rain here.
Yeah, but don't let that army count fool you. A lot of that is in those medevacs and those Vikings, and without any of those Colossi out, then they're going to have to go out and land to really do any damage. Rain does have that double robo, and remember, those Vikings luckily were not eliminated. So maybe as the time goes by, it's not going to be that bad for him at all. Just Rain doing the best that he can there, losing every single one of those Colossus. That was a lot.
Journey's still up at 12 Vikings, and I think with +1 that's enough to one-shot Colossi. I'm not entirely sure. With +2, I'm pretty sure it will be, because obviously Vikings scale really, really nicely with upgrades, getting like +4 damage versus armored per upgrade or something crazy. But yeah, he's going to move in here again. This time, does he have any more ghosts? I don't think there's any more ghosts in Journey's army, which is going to make it really, really tough.
It's actually quite a few here.
Oh, there they are.
Oh,
big
yep, they were hanging out.
They're hanging out in that storm. And another one goes down. But the ghost is starting to run low on energy, and Rain seems to have almost endless High Templar. Yeah,
I mean, this army doesn't really look that big here for Rain, but he's kind of holding on. Journey keeps on trying to push the issue here. +3 attack is already done. +3 armor is going to be finishing soon. Rain is on +2, +3, so his attack, his firepower is not going to be there, and that's what he needs right now. But EMP is going down on all of Rain's army. Really good storms going down too, though.
There's some sick storms. Yeah, the Vikings in the air though, all landing down to join up with this bio. Reinforcement round of Warpings from Rain. The Zealots do of course have charge, and they will charge forwards to meet this bio, but now with the Vikings coming up from the low ground to reinforce, to do a bit more tanking, a bit more DPS, Journey is going to move away from that threatening Nexus cannon and start to try and move towards third base, but he has to be careful of these High Templar, and is going to get the snipers off. Very, very nice. Still got one more Ghost. Of course, across the map, Rain is moving in with some Storm drops at the same time, but I mean, he's still got to defend at home first.
Yeah. This is pretty big. I mean, that Nexus is under fire. The Vikings are going to go back into the sky. There are 2 Colossus here for them to shoot at. Those Vikings just been looking for something to shoot, and they take them down so fast. +2 attack already. Some Zealots getting warped in. They are going to do their best to try. But even the Ghost kind of giving their additional light damage firepower there. And that Nexus, man. Yeah, got a little bit more time to live, and so did Rain as Journey takes game number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. We are in the ASL Prime League Season 4 Finals. Here is game number 2 between these 2 wonderful players that have made it all the way through to the finals here on Catalina. It is going to be this player representing My Insanity. He is down 1 game. Can he bring it back? It is Rain.
And his opponent, up here in the top right-hand corner, is the victor of the last map. I mean, in the best of 9, that's a small lead to have. He is an Orange Terran player representing Samsung Galaxy, Journey. Right,
probably feeling really good going into game number 2 after winning game number 1. I mean, it's funny, right, when you think about it. Being up 1 game in a best of 9 really isn't that big of a deal, right? If you don't let it get to you, that is. If you let it tilt you for the whole series, then it can be a very, very long, grueling task to try to fight your way through that kind of tilt. But if you don't, you can't let yourself get tilted, especially in a best of 9. Or else it's just you're gonna feel like you're kind of against the ropes and climbing up and be like, oh my god, really, I have to go through it. And we know that Rain is a bit tired, right? So yeah, he's a seasoned veteran. Trigonal. Rain is a vet. This is not his first rodeo at all. He knows how to play this game. He knows how to be in a series like this. And I feel like even on a map like Catalina, I don't think it'll get to him.
He knows what's up. And speaking of a map like Catalina, this is some interesting stuff we've got coming out from Journey. Yep. I mean, I said Reaper's obviously great in Catalina, so that maybe that's what everybody expects. And so it's what you don't do, because Rain's going to have to prepare for the threat of them anyway.
Then what, yeah.
So, yeah, Rain has to get the Stalker out. He has to get the Mothership Core out pretty quickly to go for like defending that. Although he actually does send the Mothership Core and the Stalker across the map. Has he probe scouted and seen? He hasn't actually probe scouted at all. So, I mean, he's probe scouted the other spawn, so he knows where Journey is not. And this Mothership Core is going to come to base, but there are about twice the Marines there should be at this time of the game. So the Mothership Core is going to have to swiftly exit the base again, because Journey has hidden. Yeah, has hidden a barracks in the back of his mineral line. This Stalker though does have a nice little window opened up for it to harass this building command center, try and take out this SCV. But unfortunately, the shots get missed a little bit, go on the command center itself rather than the SCV building it. And yeah, this is very interesting. Oh, actually, a little bit too far forward for Rain. Losing that Stalker in the early game is really annoying.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, it's
yeah,
almost
Rain
as bad
has
as when you open up as Reaper opener as a Terran player and you lose it before you're even going for the second scout.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
it's definitely really tough. It's not just the cost of obviously the cost of losing anything is amplified in the early game because you have so few options to spend your money on, or like you have such limited money to you have to the decisions you make are so much more important. But it's also the fact that when you've lost that stalker, the difference between having one stalker if there's a small marine attack and no stalker is astronomical. It's the difference between light and day. Just the time it buys you to get more units, the fact that stalkers can kite infinitely against marines in the early stages of the game where there's no stim, completely change things up. But speaking of changing things up, Rain down here in the bottom right hand corner. We've known there was a pylon here for a while, but Journey hasn't. Oh my god, he spots the probe. This is crucial. He's gonna look.
Oh, he's gonna check it.
He goes over there. He sees the proxy Dark Shrine.
This is the worst.
He's going to go, all right, okay, your proxy Dark Shrine.
Worst case scenario here. Journey is on top of his game right now. Like,
100%.
he's either, he's really getting to Rain right then, and that is like the worst timing that can possibly happen at the, not only with the probe leaving, but the fact that he had started Dark Shrine. But I do like that Rain is going to kind of take advantage of that information that he showed.
Yeah, Journey's actually moving all of his units out right now to go and kill this. The Dark Shrine got cancelled into Blink.
Yeah.
But Journey sees it. Now he knows.
He's just going to kill it.
He's over there. He's going to kill it. He's going to kill down that pylon. Blink gets cancelled. There's no point investing in that. Now Rain can use the resources for something else. But what? What does he... What can he do? He's having to rebuild his Twilight Council at home. This is about the worst you could possibly open with this.
Yeah, like one bad thing after another. It's like yeah.
So unlucky. Journey wasn't even going to see that, but he spotted the probe moving back. Just so unlucky. And these stalkers are getting some great harass down on the Marines. This is what I was talking about. They can just kite backwards and forwards. That one extra range is such a huge deal, especially in the early game. But Journey's setting up a flank here. He's going to try and trap these stalkers. Concussive Shell on the Marauders is not done yet, I don't think. But
yeah.
Marines,
it just did. Yep. So if those stalkers get caught, not getting away.
Yeah, it's finished.
Yep.
So the stalkers get caught. They're dead. That's it. They're not escaping.
I don't usually try to kind of say like, oh, this is just so bad for Rain, but honest to God, I don't think anything has gone his way this game. Like, it has just been one thing after another, and it just won't stop. And he's
he set up. He started with a really, aggressive build, sort of a DT all in, and that it got shut down harder than anything could get shut down by Journey, really. And now he's not only at 22 army supply to 32, but his tech is just so far behind. Blink isn't even done. It's 10 minutes, bang on. And
there's no Blink.
Like if we think back to Overgrowth. If we think back to the last game, Rain had Blink done. He was moving on to his Colossus tech by about this time. I think his third base was going down, or he was moving towards it roughly now. And Journey barely slowed down. And Rain is just so far behind. I don't think he's going to die to this push because Photon Overcharge is pretty great. Attacking uphill is pretty nice as well. But these two Widowmines, if they get the same damage done that a Widowmine drop did last game, that's going to be it.
Yeah, and it's all about the distraction too here. Oh my God, I think Rain is evacuated in time. So, but the Mothership Core is going to go down.
The Mothership Core on full energy as well. All gets down. And while Journey does lose a lot of his army supply at the front, he's still 32 army supply to 18. The Widowmines have both gone off, but they're shutting down mining in this mineral line for a while, at least until this observer comes back. And both of them are getting pretty close to coming off cooldown again. I don't think the Zerg can kill both of them.
I think one of them might actually go off again. Yeah, it should be able to. We'll see if it goes for that Zealot or if it goes for the...
No, not quite.
I don't know if he's targeting.
No.
Wow, perfect timing there from Journey. Or from Rain, rather, sorry.
Yeah. But now Blink is done. Rain is cross map. The aggressive Blink up is going to get a supply depot, but Stim's done. Medevacs are here. Nice Medevac micro over here by Journey. He's going to save the focused Marauders. Scan picks off that Observer as well, and now Rain can't get back up onto this high ground once he's blinked down again, and he has to because Journey is killing Stalkers left, right, and center.
Yep, he's trying to get something done here. He's trying to make the the best out of a bad situation, and the fact that he lost that mothership core means that he really can't sit at home and just try to macro, because he'll just get kind of picked apart eventually. He's trying to get something done here at a Journey, and Journey does have the answers. He's able to stop that, even scanning to get rid of that observer to kind of just delay the pressure a bit more, forcing Rain to come up here in the natural. This is actually a really sick blink micro coming out of Rain, but it's just not even enough, and Rain knows it. GG.
Okay, guys, welcome back. It is, of course, game numero 3.
Yeah, numero
3. Numero 3. And down here in the bottom left, currently up 2-0, looking to make that a 3-0 lead. It is representing Samsung Galaxy, orange-loving Terran player, Journey.
And his opponent down 2 games, hoping to put one on the board here in this best of 9 finals. Representing My Insanity, it is Rain. All right. For those just now tuning in, we just saw possibly some of the worst case scenarios that can happen as a Protoss player against the Terran player on one of the most Terran favored maps as well. Yeah. But this guy here, he's not out at all. It is going to be a best of 9 series here. Mm-hmm. So if it was, of course, a best of 5 series, then I'd probably be in that, situation saying, like, things are looking really grim for him. But, I think if there's anybody that can do it, as a caster,
I don't know, Kev. A force to be reckoned with.
A force to be reckoned with.
But yeah, I mean, Rain is a force to be reckoned with for sure, and I think Deadwing
he's a force of nature, man.
Yeah, definitely. I think Deadwing is the map I would choose if I was Rain and I played like Rain. Deadwing would be my #1 map, I think. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's even possible, like, it would be the map he'd like to have for map 1, but he wants to have, like, a map he can kind of get to know his opponent a little bit better. They were saying they hadn't actually studied any specific odds in preparation for this match. So if they just put, like, Overgrowth and Catalina, which, for each of their respective races, is kind of the most standard map for this matchup, I would say.
So.
They get a bit more of an idea of how the other person plays before they go into their favorite maps, which it would be for Rain, I think Dead
Inferno Pools and Secret Spring, right?
Inferno Pools and Secret Spring, yeah. Oh, whoa!
Wow,
this is cool. This is getting a bit crazy. And
okay, then.
Yeah, this is probably the last place Rain would scout as well. I mean, you can't spawn in these locations. There's no reason for him to go here. So yeah, when he does go and have a look around the map, he's going to be looking in the bottom left-hand spawn, the bottom right-hand spawn. And
I think it's pretty important too, because it's not even like it's the, let's say, Rain that's doing this, where a Reaper may be able to jump around, get into the main. I don't know how Rain is actually going to be able to scout any of this, because you've seen him kind of favor the Stalker opener. So those hallucinated Phoenixes are going to be a bit late, and then I guess it would be, depending on how much he delays his Observer, it's going to look pretty normal, as far as everything goes.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get to come in time to see how... I mean, what does Journey sacrifice for this? I guess slightly later barracks. Maybe he
was like a proxy
gas slightly later, maybe.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, Rain doesn't get to go in and scout quickly enough to identify that. By now, Journey's build looks pretty much normal. Maybe he's got a few less Marines than he might at this time of the game. But that is something that's next to impossible to actually get a handle on. And Rain... Yeah, it looked a little bit like a Proxy Oracle maybe, but I think it's a bit late to scout from that. This is just a kind of weird scouting pattern for Rain to actually go. But
I was thinking maybe that'd be the only thing that would be able to maybe punish that. But even with the turrets coming out, it doesn't even seem like that would be able to punish it. There is going to be a probe coming here. And the fact that he moved those Marines out from the top of that third makes this look even more normal. Like, it looks like Journey has nothing to hide here at all.
Absolutely.
So this is gonna be really. This is cheeky, man. This is I haven't really seen this much, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in game 3.
There's 2 routes Journey can go down here as well. He can either drop all, or he can find a balance between them, I guess. There's an option available to him where he drops his mules. If he drops them all at this hidden base, he mines it out faster, and he's much more likely to get a return on investment. Although I think he's already got a return on investment, actually. But
he's starting to, right?
That does give the possibility that Rain scouts his bases and never sees any mules, and is like, "Where is all your command center energy going? You're not banking for scans. You haven't been scanning me all game. There's no mules. What are you doing?" And thinks of a hidden base. But it looks like Journey has actually got a really nice balance. There's a mule just about to expire. There we go. Just handed in the last 30 minerals at his natural base. He's probably going to drop 1 or 2 more at his main and natural. Just kind of keep Rain in the dark about things, although he's currently banking scans, I guess, in case of DTs. And
he's playing it very safe.
I think he's going to be. I don't think Rain's going to spot this possibly all game.
Yeah, I mean, it might be too late by the time that he might put 2 and 2 together. And he was able to get him there with the Observer, kind of avoided those Marines that were. Because look at the way that Journey has his Marines split up. He was trying to deny scouting. He even has a turret inside of the mineral line there. And the natural is not even fully saturated. So I don't know if Journey is like looking at... I mean, if Rain is looking at that and kind of taking note to that. But what is Rain going to do, right? Is he going to play it out kind of normally? As it does look like he is. He played the kind of more conservative route, though. Where it's like... This is more standard, I would say, TVP from the past, where you do go for the Colossus first. Like, he went for Robo first to get the scouting, and then ended up dropping the Forge in the Twilight, and then now is getting Blink. Sometimes you would see it to be charged, kind of in the olden days, but, like...
Yeah.
He has 2 cannons, like, coming down in his main and his natural. He's definitely afraid of something. He doesn't want to die to Widowmine drops, but the economic lead is not here for Rain. But in any other case, it definitely would be. Like, he's doing exactly the right thing.
Based on the information he has.
Based on the information.
I agree, but obviously the information he has is a little bit faulty. He's going out to take his 3rd base now, at about the same time as Journey is taking his quote-unquote 3rd base. Yeah. But, of course, it's not. It's a 4th base. Rain sees it. He saw it with the reserve, which just got picked off. But... I mean, Journey is just going to be just that little bit ahead all game. And if we look at the income tap, he's actually already 500 minerals ahead. And that's not just mules. That's the fact that he's an extra bunch of harvesters ahead. And that hidden base has given him an income from very early on in the game. Very, very fast.
Yeah. I guess the only thing that we would kind of take note on here, I would say, Rain, is that Journey hasn't been doing his traditional aggression that he had been doing in those past 2 games. So that would be the only thing I would say that would tip him off. But... like, still, it's just like, I mean,
yeah, that's not something that's even that surprising, because Deadwing's a nicely defensible map. It's the sort of map where Journey would skip out on that aggression to maybe take a fast 3rd base or something like that. But yeah, I don't think Rain suspects anything right now.
No. It's going to be too late. Like, I mean, as far as return on investment, it is definitely paid for itself at this point.
For sure.
Even if it was only from the mules. But like you said, it's not even only been that. So
I mean, the 2 mineral patches that look low have had about 1,400 minerals extracted from them
already. Yeah.
And yeah, that's already more than paid for, like, the orbital command and all the SCVs there. Not to mention, like, the gas and every other mineral patch. So yeah, I mean, this is absolutely fantastic for Journey.
Yeah, and Rain is going to get surprised by this gigantic, force that Journey is going to have.
He's just going to be continually. Journey will have more than Rain expects, more than Rain thinks he should have, and that could be just enough for him to win. But we'll see. Rain is sending out Scouting Phoenix now, so he's going to try and get an idea of what he's doing. Journey scans. Kind of misses the Observer, a bit unfortunate, but Rain's going to get a little bit of information here. And I mean, Rain now sees a 3rd base with very few SCVs there. Maybe he thinks there's a SCV pull incoming.
Oh, right, because there's so few of them there. I was thinking the same thing.
He's gonna move forward and try and harass this army here, but Journey goes forward to tries to take the engagement a little bit. Those Widow Mines are out. Just leaves one behind, but there's an observer here for Rain, so he's going to clean it up without too much trouble. Ghost Academy on the way here for Journey. He wants to play out a macro game. There's going to be no SCV pulls here, because he's going to have the advantage. The longer the game goes on, the more that hidden base comes into effect, comes into being a benefit for Journey. All the Widow Mines got flashed on a ton of Zealots. Really, really nice. So a bunch of tanking will go down for Rain, but those Colossi in the max, still no answer for them just yet. As we saw on Overgrowth, the double starport is pumping out as many Vikings as possible. There's, how many is that out in the field right now? 12.
Yeah.
Again, one more round of Vikings, and he's going to be one-shotting them.
Round. Yep, 16 total.
Oh, damn, 16 now. Yeah, okay, he's one-shotting these. He's one-shotting these Colossi with damage to spare. So, yeah, I mean, Rain's getting towards Storms now, but Journey already has Ghosts. He's producing them 5 at a time. Oh my god.
That is so many. He already has 4 on the map as well.
Yeah.
And he has a really healthy Viking count. I guess the medevac count is the only thing that is relatively low, but I think that's okay here as far as the energy they've been banking up and the amount of Vikings he's going to have. In that battle, those medevacs aren't going to expend all of their energy by the time that it's over. So this is a really nice timing here. Journey is maxed already. He is going in, even if just to trade. If he doesn't lose everything to all of these storms, and he gets a decent trade, he's going to be in a great position. But, I mean, yeah, Rain, if he can get the storms of his life, then
I thought those High Templar were going to move towards that Widow Mine for a second. And, of course, Widow Mine kills every High Templar it hits. He will even pull a flash. Oh, that's a real... Oh, my God, that storm was incredible.
Yeah, and the Widow Mine's even doing some friendly fire there.
Yeah, god damn. I mean, that hit everything in Journey's army. Almost everything.
Storm,
all the Vikings now, yellow health, one of them on orange health. But Journey's... Oh, Rain found that base. How did he find that? But yeah, I mean, 2 Zealots have forced a pull there. Journey's actually just going to pull this base back home and move it into being a regular base now. So Rain finally gets another observer out, cleans up all these Widow Mines, but those Widow Mines got so much damage. I think they even killed a couple of High Templar.
Yeah,
and a Widow Mine is worth...
inside of the main of Journey. A ton of Zealots are doing a lot of economic damage. There are only Ghosts that are coming out here. They do pretty decent against Zealots if you're able to kite, but that's a lot of attention that is forced by a Terran.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of difficult to kite if Zealots have charge, and Ghosts are so expensive. Despite the fact that they do the bonus damage against light, and they're okay against Zealots, cost for cost, Zealots are just so much more efficient. Yeah, you can afford like basically 3 Zealots for every Ghost, and that's just not a fight that Ghosts can win, even with like snipe spamming.
Common for like a rare holographic, like for straight up.
Yeah. Journey is going to save that orbital command as well, which is kind of nice for him. Now he's pushing forwards. How many Ghosts are in this army? 13 Ghosts on the field right now.
That's so many.
And yeah, that is tons. That's outnumbering the High Templar by a decent number. I thought it was going to be a lot more, but actually Rain has 9 High Templar. That's a lot. And he's spreading them around really nicely. So he's only got 2 with his army. So even when those get EMP'd, another couple will be on the way very, very shortly. They'll be there for drop defense, and this is exactly how you want to play out High Templar. They're just all around so powerful for defending against drops and just adding a few more onto your army every time. But
with these numbers, yeah, I feel like having these numbers as well. If he doesn't get everything EMP'd, and he's not bunching them up either, it's even the Ghosts that are really bunched up. But a lot of the army is bunched up. The Storm's coming down for Rain. That is some good EMPs going down on pretty much everything. But
flank EMPs. Yeah, but I mean, those shields will regen on their own. And whilst there are medevacs with this army, he can heal off. Those Vikings are not getting any healthier anytime soon. Just, big EMP. Nice feedback, but that does... I mean, he can still arc on those, but... One more storm on these Vikings will take out a good, 6 or 7 of them. And that's more than Journey really wants to lose. If he loses that many Vikings, he's going to be down to, 2-shotting the Colossi, and that's less than ideal.
Yeah. I mean, you can just watch that supply drop so much. And the fact is, he's actually getting aggressive, but It was going to be more so army that is not just easily replaced. Like, sometimes you'll storm a big wave of bio, whether it even be just a bunch of Marines, and it sucks, but, you can always remake it. And, oh, look at that one shot, though.
Oh,
talking about the storm. Oh, man. EMP's missing a lot of that Protoss army, though. But there's still more where that came from.
Yeah, and this is such an annoying position for Rain to take as well for Journey. These storms as well keep on coming down, raining down the high ground. But most of the High Templar have been depleted now, so he will have to back off a bit. But he's still got 5 Colossi here. I think one got taken out as well, so he had 6 when he was moving up there. And they can siege down, deny that mineral line from mining, but he has backed off now. Rain's been forced away by the threat of all those Vikings. Long range.
But I think Rain has survived the scariest part of the game, and that is like when you discover that base that has been hidden, and then you don't die.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not too late.
I thought this was tougher than it should have been, but yeah. And I mean, now, as you say, Rain has survived the scariest part. He's on to getting he's got 2 on his defense attack upgrade, +3 weapons and +1 shield is on the way. Is that warp prism speed? I think. I can never tell if warp prism or reserve speed.
Whoa! So many of those in the low. I believe it's the. I
think that's warp observer speed.
Yeah, they're both getting research, but
they both have very similar.
The observer speed is first.
Yeah. Kind of interesting, but I would have thought warp prism speed would be first. But 5 medevacs at a time. He's got. Damn, he loves that medevac production. But
that's all of his gas income. I mean, he does need it though.
Yeah.
So EMP happy. Journey is. And Rain is so careful with his Templar. I love how he never clumps them up. He always has a few go in. They might not be successful, but then he'll be able to bring the next wave of them in. And
absolutely.
I mean, how many ghosts? When there's 11 ghosts, you kind of have to do that. So.
Yeah, you were saying Journey was EMP happy, and with 11 ghosts, you can afford to be. You can blanket EMP like 2 or 3 Protoss armies and just come out of it unscathed. But now, both players maxed. The production tabs are starting to look a little empty, just a few extraneous upgrades, the last kind of finishing touches. I mean, Journey is even starting to get like his air armor upgrades, and when it's just for the Vikings, the medevacs. These are some nice storms though. Journey keeps on being clamped up, and a lot of Marines went down in that one. I think this is Rain's time to fight, but all of his observers going down, and he's still got these ghosts up here. They're going to just slowly pick away at every single unit here. A lot of the Colossi going down as well, and with no more High Templar in this army, this is a good fight for Journey to take. All the Immortals are going down as well to this bio, and
there's actually no observers here.
Yeah,
observers all the way back to the 4th of Rain.
Vikings. Really nice focus fire there by Journey. Now he can afford to kite this down, but nice storms give him some ability to fight these ghosts, especially now they're using their NG on EMPs and snipes instead of cloaks. There's the observer now, but it gets picked up again.
Immediately. And once again, he takes out the observer. There's nothing there. And now a bunch of zealots are going to be here. They're going to be able to take out a lot of the Marines and the Marauders. Those ghosts actually are too low on energy to continue, as they have been sniping and EMPing while still having cloak.
Oh, nuke on the way from Journey, and now it's his turn to take up this 9 position. He doesn't have quite the siege range, but he's got more than enough to actually get up there. These zealots aren't going to do anything, but Cloak Nova Charge is pretty nice. Oh my god, how many Archons are going to be made here? Just 3. But this is a lot of high jumps.
Is that even going to work? Like, are Archons even good to use at this stage of the game? There's so many ghosts that Journey is continuing to produce. Like, he is he's exclusively making ghosts from his tech lab barracks here. But I guess there's one Marauder that maybe he hit the wrong button there. But to be honest, this is a lot of ghosts that I haven't really seen. 6 being produced at a time, 4 Marines being produced at a time. And I guess when you're on 4 bases and all that gas, you can apparently afford to do it. I've never really seen a style like this heavy on Ghost before.
I really like this transition though from Journey. He's going into like Bio is great every stage of the game. Everyone's afraid of Bio, it's what they think of, but Journey's bringing something extra to the table. But talk about that in a minute, because this fight's going on. This is not a good fight from Journey. Fighting with this choke here, big storm lands on so much of his units, but all the Colossi have gone down now, and EMPs blanking these Archons go down so fast, but the Bio does get cleaned up. And
EMP is very late.
Those storms were just too big early on in the engagement. Journey's how going to have that.
Storms were amazing there, and you notice that even though Rain clumped up a lot of his Archons, that was the kind of big fear that I had for Rain, that he was going so Archon heavy against a really Ghost heavy composition. that he would just get EMP'd to death and then it would be over. But he ended up going for the snipes on the High Templar, but Rain had already got his storms off, so it was perfectly fine. And now, geez, this is kind of a really, really fun game, man. This is
Journey needs to start
else.
thinking about taking a 5th base at some time. He's got a bunch of auto commands he can float out, but he needs to have an opportunity to do so. And what I was talking about just before that fight, Journey is transitioning into a really, really strong late game sort of army with Vikings, Ghosts, Ravens, and the Hellbats we saw being mixed in sometimes.
Even Hellbats, yeah, you said that.
They're going to be so good against the Zealots, which I would say are the main answer to like Ghost Viking. Zealots do great. They're just really cost efficient. But those Hellbats, they completely switch that around. The splash damage is fantastic against them. And Journey's
Does he have
army,
the blue flame yet, or no?
Did
he bother with it?
No,
I don't think
he hasn't got it, but he should, I think, if he can afford. Yeah, there's the extra factory, and I think that's going to be a tech lab and blue flame. But yeah, now Journey is looking at expanding. I think this command center down here, that's either going to be a defensive planetary or it's going to be moved up here. Oh, Rain's going for some storm drops, I think, up here. This war prison up in the top left. Just hanging out. Actually, in range. That's in range of... Oh, he moved it out, but Journey already knows it's here.
He knows,
he has to back off.
He's going to play it super safe. I think... Oh, this is like pretty tense, actually. He still has that nuke to...
that nuke's going to go off sometime. Is there a... There's no Ghost in this drop here. Journey down the bottom right-hand corner, just cleaning up a pylon before moving on up for the drops. And... yeah, now Journey has so many... There's energy on these Ghosts. 14 Ghosts here, but a Blink Forward is going to pick up a couple of them. Just one Ghost and a few other experienced units, but... there is storms over there. Scan.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
There it goes.
Bada bing, bada boom. Journey's done so well at sniping off these observers. Now he's up at 12 Vikings, but they're on +3, so they're still going to be one-shotting these Colossi pretty well. And Rain doesn't feel confident enough to take this. Look how many observers are in this army. 4. He can't afford to take another fight where those all get sniped. But yeah, I mean, if Rain sees Journey's army and backs off, and there's 3 full medevacs of units sitting waiting to drop, I can't imagine what's going to happen when Journey finally groups all up with Blue Flame, with some Ravens, and goes for a massive push.
Yeah,
it's going to be so tough for him.
Right there from that tech
lab. Oh, there's the storm drop.
It's going to be that Blue Flame. Oh, the storm drop going down.
Not too much damage, I don't think. Just a couple of SCVs. I'll try and remember to click on the High Templar when they get dropped out of the War Prison. But speaking of hidden bases, Rain is actually flip-siding Journey's tactic right back at him, up in the top left-hand corner. But meanwhile, in the middle of the map, a little bit of engagement going down, small storm going down in Journey's army. Those Ravens as well mean the sniping observers is easier than ever, but these Ghosts are just a little bit slower, and... Rain keeps on poking away at them with the Stalkers a little bit, but Ghosts are surprisingly tanky. They've got like 100 health or something.
He's scanning everywhere right now because of those orbitals. But I feel like taking a ninja base at this stage of the game is a bit different too, because you kind of have this feeling like, okay, all I need to do is keep him on this, this amount of bases right now.
Blank EMPs, man. And Rain moves in with his High Templar, thinking he must be out of EMPs, but Journey has EMPs for days, boy.
For weeks. For best of 9 series is what it is.
Yeah, for best of. Journey is using up all his EMPs for the rest of the series in this game. And yes, he moves towards here. He's going to be moving up into the 5th base of Rain now and taking out all the cannons here, but Rain's full army comes to reinforce, and he's going to trade off a few Stalkers for this whole army. And trading off Stalkers at this stage of the game is actually almost a positive thing for Rain, because he doesn't really want many. Stalkers, not great as the game goes on. Picks off that medevac, which is nice as well. And Journey, he's starting to get a really, really scary army. A couple more Ravens, and I think it's going to be horrific for Journey. Well, actually, he doesn't need that many Ravens. They're only going to be good against the Stalkers, I guess.
Stalkers, right? Yep. And so, if he wanted to get a little bit of harass done, but he's been doing pretty good with that. But yeah, it's all about that point defense drone and the detection of the observers, rather, in order to let your Ghost go in. But this is like, I feel like these are the kind of situations that Rain usually excels in say like PvZ. Now it's really time to put it to the test here, Rain. You know, he is down here. If he wins this game, he will put 1 on the board, and he needs to do it, because losing a game like this is your comfort zone when you are Rain, for sure. And if you're able to secure it here, especially on a map such as Deadwing, it will give you that momentum for the rest of the series. At least the confidence to just keep on going in. And that's what I'm thinking here. It's more so for Rain's mentality And, you know, Journey is definitely not, he's not going to say, okay, I'll give you that one, Rain. Let's have a great series. Nah, he said that in the beginning, but no, he wants to win right now, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to in the end. And both players just moving in, trading splash damage a little bit. The MPs for the storms, and then moving back to regen it off. But Journey has a kind of limit on how much he can do this, especially with so few medevacs. Only 5 medevacs to heal this entire bio army. Yeah. And one of them on very low health as well. This starts to get a little bit dicey for Journey as he keeps on taking so much damage on all of these units, but these ghosts moving ahead of the pack are so deadly. He can defend this location for the nuke. He's getting ready. The point defense is down, but no cloak on that ghost. It is going to get focused down. The storms come down, but mainly on the zealots here, and the zealots are all getting killed away, but that's not what Rain's concerned about. A big storm takes out a lot of those Vikings. Now there's no answer for the Colossi. 6 Colossi moving forwards are going to force Journey back, and that was a really, really nice engagement for Rain. I think Journey overstepping his boundaries a little bit there, and all the ghosts are dead.
Oh my god, yeah, they are. There's only 2 that do remain, and I think they're coming out of the barracks right now.
Yeah.
Like, that was kind of a bit of an ambitious move there from Journey. A smart move as far as maybe trying to zone out. But that was Rain's opportunity, and Rain can be the king of engagements at times, and he showed it right there. Oh, but now look at that.
See those
Journey
2 scans?
Yeah, he's trying to find a hidden base here. He's wondering what's going on.
But he's not looking in the right location. That's so close, so clever of him to kind of figure out what's going on, but he just doesn't have the exact handle on it right now. But Journey's Vikings come back in, but this many Vikings, just 11 Vikings is a lot, but it's not enough to deal with 6 Colossi, especially when there's such low energy, such low health Vikings, and there's all this energy on the High Templar for Storm.
3-3-3 as well on the whole Protoss army.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you do have the 3-3 mech upgrades, but still, you can get those shield upgrades in addition to it, and that's probably the best situation you could ask for. Journey's running out of money right now. He actually doesn't...
Oh, the hammer.
Okay.
Journey's not going to be running out of it. Let's have a look at that income tab, bring it up. The first trips to the mules, and yeah, Journey's looking pretty healthy. Now taking the income lead.
I mean, I would say so as well. I definitely
over here, the income deficit's come down. Oh, big storm, all the Vikings, they just sit in it. Almost all of them going down there. Just 6 Vikings will remain. Oh, Banshee's coming in for Journey as well. This is going to get a bit interesting. I don't actually like that so much. Rain is definitely committing to making sure he has observers. He's got observer speed. He's got tons of High Templar to feed back those Banshees. But yeah, we'll see.
So he can't hide him from the Templar either.
Oh, the storms on everything. Journey's not splitting. He's only now reacting and bringing the rest of his units into the fight. And how many Colossi is that? Oh my god, 8 Colossi. The first one goes down at 7, but Journey's getting torn apart here. And Rain moving forwards. Just the Colossi fighting alone. GG!
He does it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. We are on game number 4 in this best of 9 series, and we do got a series on our hands as this player putting one onto the board. Representing my insanity, he is the red Protoss player. His name is Rain.
And his opponent.
Oh, there you go, good timing.
I am back. Just in time, jumping in there. His opponent up here in the top hand side of the map. Doing some funky business involving a certain jetpack-laden unit. It is, from Samsung Galaxy, Journey.
Yeah, what is he going to do here? It will be a gas.
Yeah.
And TVP with that rally, I would assume that it would be a Reaper coming out of that barracks.
Yeah, Rain gets a pretty fast read on this as well, though. He scouts, he sees there's no barracks. Could still be a barracks on the low ground, but I don't think you do that. Oh no, that's the SCV come back. For some reason, Journey was sending his first Reaper back home to deal with the scouting probe, and I was like, what? But no, yeah, this is a good map for Viney. And I did highlight at the start, every single map that Journey chose, apart from I think the last one, because he'd run out, was a good map for Reapers. And Viney, probably the second best behind Secret Spring, but this puts, if nothing else, puts the threat in Rain's mind that Journey might do this again on Secret Spring. It's going to be map after the next. And yeah, this is already starting out to be pretty good for Rain, actually. Just losing 1 probe here, and the Zealot's already out. Crying out that Mothership core is about to be finished, and that'll be the end of the reprogression for now, and having only lost one probe so far is great for him.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. He didn't really delay his expansion by too much, and it just was a little bit of an annoyance. Oh, this other probe. It is a little bit unfortunate that it will get taken out. But even in a Marine coming out of the barracks here, I wonder if he's going to use that aggressively, or will he actually just send it home while he's making stuff so he doesn't die to anything that Rain might do.
I know. But, yeah, now with 2, he's going to try and split these forces apart, but Rain proving he's just confident that as Journey. And yeah, but now the Mothership Core and Zealot both on one Reaper, the other one dances in, but a Stalker finishes just in time and will manage to push that away. And this is so good from Rain. This is the sort of thing that the Koreans seem to do effortlessly, whereas we see most foreign players struggle with.
Kind of just microing
two groups of units at once and doing it practically flawlessly. But yeah, Journey not overcommitting to this too much either. Just the 1 Rax proxied and not cutting in too much to anything else. So we see him even up on workers with the Protoss now, whereas the Protoss would generally be ahead because Rain has had to chrono boost out units rather than chrono boosting out those probes, the econ that he normally would. And yeah, now he's going to move up. He's going to try and get a bit of damage done with the Stalker.
At that.
And yeah, really, really nice. These Reapers will heal up. That Stalker will be on 50 or fewer hull for the rest of the game.
Yeah, it ended up getting taken out there. But, you know, I definitely have to agree with you of how Rain did manage to deal with that. Didn't overreact either, and was able to kind of just go about his daily business here. And now Journey, although he didn't commit too much to it, it's mean that a little bit what he wants to do is a bit delayed. And I think it's not really that bad, though. You know, he does have 2 Reapers here. He'll be able to continue to get scouting info just by going from both sides. Even if he loses one of them, it almost guarantees him to get the info that he needs if he uses them for that, too. Haven't seen him go back just yet, though.
No, not at the minute. But yeah, but I mean, back at Jones base, he's getting he's got his 3 racks down. His stim follow-up will be a little later than it would be if this was a normal game, but still faster than most Terrans we see get it. Like it's slower than a normal fast stim timing, but faster than a regular stim timing. If you understand where I'm going with this, because everything's been slowed down a little bit with that Reaper opening.
Anytime you have an opener like that, it always is the case where
always
you see it with the hatch block, you see it with engineering bay block, where it's just like everything kind of slows down. But both players put themselves behind to an extent, but it's more so who can not get rattled by it and be able to.
Wow, that's perfect.
Yep.
Scouting information 100% denied. Rain. Okay, Rain sees the starport, I guess. So
if he clicked it, if
he clicked it, that's true. He may well not have, because that was very on point by Journey, seeing it coming in. I mean, half of it is knowing that this is about the time an observer is going to come in, and half of it is seeing, that little tiny little dot of blurry map vision. That's not just a bit of something in my eye. That is an observer.
Yeah.
And scanning it, taking it out.
Not a dead pixel. Dying pixel.
If one of these players was on dead pixels, that would have been.
That would be
That would be beautiful. But either way, Warp Prism moving out here by Rain. Gonna get some harass done. Varna Research Station, a very, very good map for drops. There's tons of space in this natural to get units unloaded. And Journey and Rain both know this. That's why they put down supply depots or pylons in these locations to spot what's coming in. Because one is just not enough to cover it. Still, though, Journey gets caught a little bit unawares by this, and that missile turret's going to be focused down because, I mean, it's there. That's the only thing. The SCV pull was pretty fast, but one SCV will go down, and now these Marines moving out should be able to take this out. But he's going to have to micro them.
Yeah, he's actually not microing them just yet. The Reapers do go in and get scouting info. Oh, I don't think he's going to see the Robo Bay. Nope. Not like it.
No, he doesn't spot it?
You can maybe assume it, but yeah, he saw the Colossus at the front.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right then. But yeah, Viking production started. I think he knows Colossi are at least a possibility because he's only on 2 medevacs, is it? Yeah, just 2 medevacs.
2 medevacs.
So he's normally, I feel like you'd go up to like 4 unless you knew Colossi were on the way or some kind of threat. But either way, Journey takes his 3rd base. Rain will probably move towards it fairly shortly. Although this blink seems a little late to me. But there is a Dark Shrine on the way as well.
That
so
makes
I guess
a bit of sense too. Going for the Dark Shrine, and even like the Robo first, right? So, what I think the one thing we have to take note of is that Journey has decided to go for his 1-1. We'll see how late he lets it go before he drops an armory, because he might not drop an armory. You know, if he drops like a second starport instead. This is a great map. Oh, Warp Prism will go down. Those zealots are being very annoying at the moment. I was gonna say.
Yeah, still really good drop though. A lot of mining time lost for Journey due to all the damage those zealots did, and yeah, generally that Warp Prism I think paid for itself pretty nicely. But now Journey going for a drop kind of thinks better of it. It's difficult to find an angle on Rain here. This Mothership core is very well positioned. There's a bunch of Stalkers being warped in. Blink is almost done, but Journey's going to try for it anyway. Violent Research Station, there's lots of space to unload, although obviously Rain has this covered. His vision over his base is pretty much impeccable. You can't even like sneeze in there without Rain kind of knowing about it. But yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean it's impossible to drop. If you distract Rain by, say, attacking his third base or something and then move in there, you could maybe catch him off guard.
That wouldn't even be that bad of an idea, to come on the other.
Yeah, I think
come from the other side, and
I think that's what we're going to see here.
Yep.
As Journey moves up to Medivacs down the left-hand flank, whilst keeping his 2 on the right-hand side in position and just out of the range of that observer for Rain. But of course, as soon as they move in, the observer will see them, so they get a bit of extra information. And yeah, Rain's pylon sees this pair of Medivacs over to the left-hand side.
Yeah, but he's going to react.
At the same time, Dark Templar get revealed.
Ooh.
Oh wow! Rain
is he going to get all 3? Oh, he's not going to get any of them. Oh, he gets one of them.
Oh dear, he gets one. Rain doesn't have any upgrades, and Journey has +1 armor. So actually, these Dark Templar are two-shotting the SCVs. Oh, so wow. That is massively decreased damage here for Journey. Like, the Dark Templar will get almost twice the damage done if the upgrades were just a tiny bit better. And this seems really, really late for Rain to be just starting his upgrade. So he is going double. So
double forge. He's going to have to chrono boost those pretty much for the rest of the game. Because Journey is starting to go onto his 2-2, but I don't think he started the 2 armor. Yeah, he has the 2... Wait a minute.
Attack.
Yeah. I clicked on an SCV and I'm like, how is he getting +2 attack and not have +1 attack?
SCVs don't get attack upgrades.
They don't get the attack bonus, yeah.
Well, because they just don't get they don't get buffed.
That Journey's like hacking, figured out how to get that 2 skip. I mean, why would you ever get +1 when you can just get +2? Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, it depends. I don't know how it's programmed. I don't know whether they're programmed as overwriting one another or whether they're all programmed as just giving +1. And
like a little, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like each one gives an additional one. So even if you figured it out, it would still give you +1.
I don't know. I think that's the sort of thing that matters so little.
I mean, but it's a blue
icon, not even like Jack Attack will work out.
Like, just has a little bit, and the red one is like the fiercest of them all.
Yeah, that's true. It makes it look prettier.
Yeah. But that DT not looking too pretty anymore, as it does get banished back. Oh, even another one.
This
is another scan though. That's important.
Yeah. The scan's good. I mean, I still think a scan to kill DT is well worth it, but still, it's at least something rather than them just completely dying. But yeah, now both players kind of getting their armies up. They're both kind of comparable, but again, Rain just has that bit of a disadvantage on upgrades. And now Journey is going into double upgrades himself. He'll keep a lead for a little while. Although, I mean, I guess Rain is going to have 2-2 at about the same time. Journey has 2-2, then +3 will kick in for Journey fairly shortly after that. But he's trying to get these drops done as much as possible. 4 Medivacs in position here. Rain knows they're there, though. They've gone past... He's got this unbroken kind of line of vision across his side of the map. There's only one tiny vulnerable spot, and that's not a very good place to drop anyway. And now as he brings in his Templar Archives, he's going to start to get towards Storm, get towards High Templar. Dotting a few of those around will help with the drops as well for feedbacks. And yeah, everything going in towards another great macro game.
Man, yeah, this is remember, it started with that kind of weird Proxy Reaper opener, and they just always get to this point in the game. I mean, we saw it first on Deadwing, and like I was saying earlier, just in the first 2 games, it really wasn't I don't think it was more of a feel out. You know, they were kind of feeling each other out, and Game 2 is just horrendous.
Blink.
Oh, that blink though. Only
Oh, here's the drop though. All four Medivacs managed to get in. And nice shots on the Widowmines as well are going to help clean this up. Oh my god, though. If he'd saved his Widowmines a bit more, he would have been able to kill the High Templar. But he managed to get 2 of them anyway. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure the 2 High Templar cost about as much as all the Bio and the Medivacs, let alone the probes that got killed. 6 kills on one Widowmine, 3 kills on another, and 0 kills on this poor last Widowmine. But
yeah, I don't think this default on Overcharge is going to cut it here. He's going to lose a bit more, and he might even lose that Morphing Archon.
Nah.
No, he's not going to do too much there.
Close though.
Yeah.
Do you know if you can actually bait out a Widowmine? If the Widowmines go on the High Templar and then you morph them into an Archon, it just explodes on nothing.
Really?
Or maybe it explodes on the Archon but only deals splash damage rather than main target damage. Fun fact. But Rain blinks forward right into the Widowmines here, so they take a lot of splash damage and the EMPs all go down to all the shields on those Stalkers. But now there's no EMPs left for this Archon. It's gonna actually, I lied, no, there's a couple of EMPs left for this Archon, and the High Templar will surely follow this up. But Rain has to back off first because he can't attack in this big concave for Journey. STV is off the line as well. Journey actually doesn't have too much here. 3 Colossi now, and not too many Vikings. Stalkers blink under them and start to focus them down, and they might be able to pick off one more Colossus, but no, they all fall. One final Colossus will remain on 8 HP, and the 3 of them are going to be dishing out the damage, dishing out the pain. And,
they're all alive here, and there's even an Immortal there as well. Rain gonna be bringing it back. Got ourselves a tie game, 2-2 in the series now.
Back 1 and all to game number 5. We're over halfway through this best of 9, or possibly even more. We don't know yet. But our first player coming off the back of 2 wins to even up the score. Can he keep the momentum going? It is the blue Protoss player down the bottom left-hand corner. It is My Insanity's Rain.
And this opponent, he is spawning in the top right corner. Started off incredibly strong in this best of 9 series, but is going to try to assert that dominance once again here on Expedition Lost. It is going to be the orange Terran player, Samsung Galaxy's Journey.
And his SCV has just finished his journey across the map and has arrived in Rain's base, looking for
even sending it yet.
trying to figure out a forecast of what's going to happen in this game. I mean, yeah, he sees the Nexus. I saw the opportunity and I jumped straight on it. He sees the Nexus goes down. He doesn't go for a full scout throughout the base, so he doesn't have a good idea of the pylon count. But obviously Rain has semi-hidden one up here in the top. I say semi-hidden because it's not just to try and be deceptive. It's also in case of that proxy factory. We know it's something Journey pulls out. He did it on... Rain did the same pylon to prevent it on Overgrowth.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to kind of keep that kind of consistency. You don't want to lose to anything funky, even in a best of 9 series.
Just having that good vision around your base is really nice to have.
Yeah.
And if he does, it's a multi-purpose pylon. It will be able to find anything funny going on there. And the fact that he's also going to be able to, if you wanted to proxy tech. Well, not proxy tech, but yeah, hide it.
Hide it a bit, yeah. This should be a pretty good location for a Stargate, actually. But I'm not sure. We haven't actually seen a Stargate opening after Rain yet, have we?
I don't think so. He's been going for Twilight or Robo.
Twilight or Robo, yeah.
Yeah.
That is interesting. Yeah, definitely something worth mixing in, although it is the Robo this time. Pretty fast there. But he'll be able to get out a nice observe count, nice and defensive. Kind of Robo play there. As he sends that stalk across the map just to kind of poke around and see what's going on Journey's end of things. But
I want that to happen again here.
No. Oh yeah, Journey didn't open Reaper as well, which is a decision I really liked because the reasons I outlined at the start of our little ad break. Because if we look around the map now, we can see it more obviously. There's nowhere for him to go. He jumps up near where this barracks is, just kind of a few ways through construction, and that's it. That's the only way.
Pretty much accept the fate that the Reaper would die.
Yeah. But these Hellions are an interesting opener too. kind of like it. Hellions and a Widowmine, but it's unusual to see Hellions in PvT a bit. Oh wow, forcing out the Photon Overcharge actually. Yeah, Rain really didn't want those Hellions getting up here, but I mean, they get up there, they see the robotics facility, and they see the gas can, but they don't actually get any damage done. So I'm not sure whether or not it was worth it for Journey. A better player than I will be able to tell you exactly what Rain is going for right now. Oh, an Immortal. Okay, this is really
that may be why.
Yeah, why he wanted to deny that scout so much. And if Rain really wanted to deny scouting, surely he'd have had 2 Stalkers held position on that ramp. I don't know, but if he is going for an Immortal, if he is going for an Immortal bust, then that's something that Journey absolutely has to know about. And I don't think he's picked up on it. Like,
well, he didn't see the additional gateways coming out either. So those gateways were put down as soon as those Hellions were killed. And I mean, when you see a Photon Overcharge that quick, and maybe, just maybe, like you think as a Terran player that there may be something being hidden, but if you see a Robo, I don't think the first thing you're thinking is going to be Immortal. So it's may not be too bad here.
Certainly not. Scan's going to pick off from Observer. I assume that picked off from Observer. Yeah, it did. And yeah, no, Rain's moving across the map. Sentries are a few sentries. I imagine we're going to see another warp in over on this side with involving a couple of sentries. Yep, there's 3 more sentries there. And the thing is, Journey actually doesn't have a bunker at all.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
I mean, but he's wishing he had.
He doesn't have vision of these rocks.
I wish
he can't see
Uh-oh.
what's going on here. These Immortals annihilate rocks.
The depot's not even in position there, yeah. So
okay,
the right idea, but oh my god. Now he does, right?
That drop moving out.
I don't know, does he though?
He saw a pylon. I don't know. He doesn't see the rocks going down though.
He has no idea.
Yeah, this SimCity is going to work against Journey so much. And here we go. We see tons of these units in the back can't fight at all. And the SCVs are coming for the line, but Rain can just back off a little bit, fight all the SCVs, kill these all off, keep the units force field out. The Mothership Core getting sniped down is very nice for Journey. But at this stage, Rain is up there. The warping point is so close to the main base. The Immortals all alive, dealing out so much damage, sniping down the Tech Labs. No stim for Journey, or no combat shields at least. The stim is already done, but the bio is dwindling away.
Yeah, one of the Immortals did go down here. C's tank going to get lifted up by that medevac to go onto the low ground. SCV's going to desperately try to do anything they can, but you know what?
Not enough. GG.
Not enough. Not. Wow, what a swift attack! And if that supply depot was just like
one hex
a tiny bit down, a little bit of a miscalculation there from Jim.
Welcome back to Secret Spring, one of the more interesting maps in the pool, and hopefully it'll produce one of the more interesting games, but it'll be difficult to top the ones we've already had. So spawning up here in the top right hand corner, this time playing in the red trunks, continuing on his streak with an excellently executed Immortal push in the last game. What's he got in store for us on this map? It is from my insanity, Rain.
And his opponent spawning on the opposite side of the map here, in a map that we don't typically see that often, but we'll see what comes of it. It is going to be the Samsung Galaxy Orange Terran player. Down for the first time in the series, it is Journey. Surprising thing to say, yeah, you know. These past 3 games, Rain has just been like, okay, I kind of should use my keyboard, but
it was all going so right for me in game number 2 on Catalina. Now it's all going so wrong. But yeah, I don't know. Secret Spring, I have to feel, is better for Journey. I think he's got more weird aggressive options. About the only thing Rain can pull out that really abuses the map is, I guess there's Blink or maybe Stargate.
And we haven't seen Stargate out of him all series.
No, and we haven't really seen it like any Blink all-ins. We've seen a bit of an aggressive Blink go down on Overgrowth in map 1, but that was just kind of standard 3-8 Blink opening. This little eBay block is annoying But all Journey has to do is not cancel this Zealot, and his Nex is a little delayed. The Reaper opening is nice, though, coming out of Journey. Reaper's very strong on this map, but the Mothership Core comes out in time to push it away without too much trouble. It'll harass the Zealot a bit, though, which is annoying. And obviously, if the Mothership Core comes too far up here, the Reaper can just jump down, get out the base.
Oh, that is big.
Health. That's...
Oh, wow. Journey is going right back in, though.
Yeah, this is a bit
confident.
risky.
Yeah, very confident that Mothership Core.
Oh.
I always get afraid there when because I don't know every one of the cliffs. I'm like, he has to go back up, but there is another cliff that it can jump down on the bottom side.
Yeah.
But what do we, we haven't, you know what we haven't seen from Journey, actually? We saw the little bit of that Hellion aggression, but we haven't seen him really utilize those really, really fast medevacs or really fast Widowmine drops or really much anything of the sort.
No, he's always gone for a fairly conservative play with the with a relatively fast expansion. Never getting his starport or maybe even his factory before the expansion, I don't think. Yeah, so that could be interesting to see. Secret Spring's a weird map as well because of these destructible rocks that Zealot is breaking down. And initially I thought Rain was just sending that Zealot across the map, but breaking those rocks down, I actually feel that's much more of a disadvantage for Rain than it is for Journey. For Journey, he's probably not going to move out too much before
he even shoots himself.
He's like, you know what? We have a common foe.
Yeah,
rocks.
They're rocks. Dustin Browder.
Played by Dustin Browder. Yeah, Journey, he's probably not planning on moving out too much before medevacs, especially with these fairly fast medevacs, just going like Rax, CC, Factory, Starport. These medevacs are going to be pretty quick. And Rain even, he's gonna any aggression he wants to put out is likely going to be through the ground. There's going to be maybe like Warp Prism harass, but nothing too serious. And yeah, I kind of feel like these rocks disadvantage him, but they are a bit telling that Rain maybe wants to play a much more macro game than we've seen out of him. Yeah. I mean, a much more macro game than you might expect in Secret Spring, at least.
Yeah, I wonder that too, because a lot of the Terran aggression will come in the form of drops, which would be able to kind of circumvent these rocks anyway. So, but I mean, it's not even like Rain has a proxy pylon on the other side of the map, but he does have the potential to make one of those pylons. You can do it on the high ground where the gold is. True. And still be able to warp. So,
right there.
You know, I don't know. Maybe I wonder what his real end goal of killing these are. Yeah.
Still, though, even if you do make the pylon up there, you're warping in on the opponent's side, and you won't be able to like move out with any of the 13 army supply Rain currently has at his base. That won't be in a fight. You can't do that. Although the Colossi can move. The Colossi can cliff walk up and down there. So
that's true. If you wanted to send a few Colossi out just to scout.
Colossus harass.
Say, she'll find the way. Lead the way.
Yeah, not even like Colossus drops, just Colossus harass. I mean, Colossus harass is great on Secret Spring because of all this cliff walkable area around the main base. You can walk the same way as Reapers. You can walk the Colossus up into the main base and then just swipe away and then walk it back down again. It's perfect. I can't believe we haven't seen it before.
Wow, this is what their whole secret is about. That's why nobody plays it, because they've been trying to figure it out, but nobody knows exactly what the secret that has been hidden here is. That is the secret. The spring is the secret. The spring and the Colossi step as they jump up and down cliffs. Up and down the cliff.
Yeah, and the secret is the hidden 100% Protoss win rate every time they do that build.
Nobody knows. Yeah, that's
I've never seen a Protoss lose with Colossus harass on Secret Spring. But indeed. Speaking of harass, Journey is moving out with these couple medevacs. He's moving in with one up in the top right-hand corner, with full of Marines. Of course, Rain's observer placement is absolutely perfect, and the distraction medevac goes in as the other one comes in the main base, filled with Widowmines. But Rain, he's got these 3 stalkers in position. Up in the top, the Photon Overcharge, of course, fended off that first medevac, and yeah, Journey just has to go home, tail between his medevac legs.
Had to get it. And Rain, I guess that is one of the reasons why you usually wouldn't do that to Rain. If you notice, his base is already, I guess the only part is the bottom left, but that's where the majority of his army is. But the pylon placement, the observer placement as well, that is what is keeping him safe from this kind of early aggression. And taking that, the rocks down allows, I wonder if he's actually gonna, no, he's still making probes and he's hitting double forts, but I was wondering if he was gonna like kind of put it into Journey's head that, he didn't want to be aggressive, right? So then force Journey to play this kind of weird
No.
conservative game, and then he just does like a 2-base crazy Colossus all in or something. But that doesn't look like it's going to be the case because he did get the double Forge and the Twilight.
Yeah, most
So-
likely not. Journey, he's not giving up with this harass though. 3
Nope.
medevacs now moving out. But Rain is so lucky he spots this with the Zealot. I mean, the Zealot's not lucky in and of itself. 'cause
No,
it just gets
That's his
annihilated
job,
there.
though.
But yeah, Scan goes down there. He's going to see pretty much everything Rain's got. Doesn't spot the Robotics Bay, but I think Journey's seen Colossi anyway. So I'm not actually sure of that though. But either way, Rain's moving out to try and take third base. This does open up a bit of an opportunity for Journey to try and get some drop harass done, but I feel like he's a little too far out for this. I don't know, though, if he gets up into the main. He backs off now. It's too late now. The sentries could force field him out, and then the Colossi will make sure
He'd be in
work of
trouble,
this
yeah.
Marine heavy force. Across
the
the
link
map, we
isn't
see
done
that-
yet, and I know that there are quite a
No,
few
it's funny
stalkers, but so it's not at that point where you get completely punished for some kind of mistake like that.
True.
He would be able to hopefully get out of there, but Rain does have a pylon here, so he does have
Yeah.
the aggressive option, but it's on the other side. Third is actually on the top side. So I love how Rain killed the
Yeah.
top rocks and then Journey killed the bottom ones.
They're cooperating on
This
these
is
rocks every
way,
single time.
They just should do a 2v2 to finish us off on the Korean ladder.
Maybe. What do you think about the choices of third by either player?
Yeah, I mean, it's really like one of those. I feel like it's the better map, or the better choice there. Usually, when I'm thinking about it, like I feel like taking this one as a Protoss maybe a little bit more risky.
What?
Oh, whoa!
Oh, beer engagement in the map.
Engagement, yeah.
A couple of Widowmines get their hits off, but these Vikings, no answer yet for them, but they will actually focus down a hallucinated Colossus first, which means Rain actually, he managed to take that engagement fairly well, but now there's actually nothing that can shoot up. So this second Colossus is a bit of a misfocused fairway Journey, but he's going to get it anyway. Very
And it
nice.
does go
And,
down.
yeah, just trades out one Viking for that. So pretty decent
Warp
trade.
Prism, actually.
Across the map, yeah, Warp Prism Harass going down in the third base of Journey. And yeah, I mean, I feel like the third base Journey is taken as a little more vulnerable to drop harass, maybe, because it's much easier to hop between the two bases, the main and the third base, or even as a
yeah.
Terran. Just drop your ranged units on the high ground and deny mining on the low ground. And then when Zealot Warping comes on the high ground, you lift up and drop on the low ground, and etc. etc. A dance as old as PvT itself.
Yeah,
But,
maybe that's what I was
yeah, now
thinking
it's-
about too, and why Rain didn't take that, because I feel like
Yeah.
Journey would be able to do that because he loves his
For sure.
drops as well,
Oh,
and he would just be boosting in and out.
Yeah, well, I mean, what Terran doesn't love drops, unless they're Warp Prism drops? Because
Yeah.
I think right now Journey is hating the drops a little bit because these Zealots are
Zealots.
doing so well. They are slicing and dicing up, and they're still going to work in the main there.
Yeah,
And-
getting so many SCV kills. That was like
Yeah.
a little too many SCV kills for those to get. I feel like he maybe he didn't take it too seriously there. He lost
I guess
pretty much
so.
every one that was mining there.
Yeah, more or less.
23 in total that have been killed. Wow, I was a bit surprising there to lose that many.
Pretty painful.
Because he had
But
a really sick, he had a really sick supply lead. Maybe he did it on purpose because he's actually at 61 SCVs.
maybe 61 SCVs or 62 is about like where I would have thought a Terran would want to be, but he is reproducing those. I guess he doesn't quite have the order count to be happy. I mean, I've noticed Journey is pretty scan happy, so maybe he kind of prefers to have a little bit of a weaker army, keep his SCV count up, and be able to make better, more informed decisions about
Yep.
where his opponent's army is and stuff
Well,
like that. But this Nexus is a goner.
Oh yeah,
Rain-
a very easy attack there from Journey. I don't even
Oh.
think Rain saw that one coming, but Widowmine.
Nice bait out from the Widowmines. The other Widowmine is going to splash out on a couple of Zealots. These Widowmine shots have not really been working for Journey just yet. However, now Journey is going to... Oh, the feedbacks! Oh, fantastic move for Rain there. That is absolutely perfect.
I didn't even see that one coming.
No,
Wow,
not at
that was
all.
great. Perfect
I was all
move
ready
by
to talk
Rain.
about how Journey was abusing the fact that actually you can lift up and drop between these two third bases, but
Yeah.
Rain's saying, no, you cannot.
No,
not.
you actually
I
cannot.
And
Now he's gonna be
yeah.
pushing. He has a supply lead. Rain. up in 97 supply, in army to the 81 of Journey. And there's like no Colossi here, so look at all these Vikings. What are they gonna do? They have nothing to shoot at except for the War Prism and maybe the Mothership Core, but I mean, wow, reinforcing.
The important thing is, with this this map, obviously you've got your Nat on the high ground, so being contained to the high ground isn't as bad. And if Journey can use those Vikings to deny the high ground vision, kill the Monster Core, kill the War Prism. Oh, this though is great. They've got to time up the force fields. Those are streaming up there with their charge done, and that is it. GG.
Oh my goodness. Gentlemen, here live on the ASL Prime, for the first time we spawn on Coda. Beautiful. I'm Tempo, joined by Trigonal here.
Yep.
In what could be the final match of the night. Of course, as fans and spectators, we hope that's not the case, but I'm sure this guy does. It is going to be the red Protoss player. It's representing my insanity. It is Rain.
And his opponent. Now 2 games down. I know he wants to show you as many excellent games as he can. And of course, at the end, he wants to bring home that trophy, that extra $1,000. It is orange Terran player from Samsung Galaxy, Journey.
Okay. So Coda is going to be the map here. And I love how these two players have played each other before in a series earlier in the ASL, but this is the first time we've actually had a game in the ASL Prime here on this map, and both of them had decided not to pick it, you know, in the earlier stages of the... Yeah. They had every right to do so. They could have done it if they wanted to, you know, kind of throw it in as a curveball, but this is towards the end of the best of 9. And,
yeah, map 7. I mean, I'm not too surprised because this map pool is quite new, and so I feel like as a pro player, you're going to have practiced a lot more on the other maps. But that Reaper getting a probe is already a nice little lead for Journey. It's not something you really want to happen, but Coda has a very short Reaper rush distance, and this barracks for Journey was perfectly placed to take advantage of that, moving down his kind of little Reaper cliff and then up the Reaper cliff on the other side.
Yeah.
It's a very, very short path. Compared to how long the rush distance is, going all the way down the main ramp and all the way around and looping in a kind of S shape. But yeah, really nice there for him. Rain's Mothership Core just a couple of seconds too late, and that cost him a probe, which is a valuable early game lead that he, you know, doesn't want to not have.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to, right? Like ideally, you lose neither of well, you lose nothing pretty much, and
yeah. If you do lose a probe, you use it to bait in the Reaper and kill it. But as it is, the Reaper is just kind of chillaxing out, ready to come in for a second scout, and he is going to do just that. Might actually even pick off a second probe here. That will be really nasty, but Rain with a nice little probe pull. Oh, no, he doesn't even get it. And the probe pull it just lost mining time, this like half another probe itself. And the Reaper does get cleaned up, but having killed off 2 probes,
not bad at all.
I mean, that's pretty. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Although it does not see this Twilight Cancel hidden away in the back for Rain.
Nice if he was able to. That would have been like the
icing on the cake.
The trifecta. Yeah. Just perfect. But nope, he doesn't see it. He doesn't know that the pylon is there. But that's even a place where a pylon just could be anyway, just to try to kind of limit the maneuverability of the Reaper.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe he would scan it later, but
maybe.
You know, seeing that right now would be beautiful, right? Like that's peace of mind. That's what the Reaper is there for. Getting 2 kills is great and all, but you know, its main goal is to get scouting info in order to let you get into the mid game and with a little bit more comfort. Right now, he has no idea what to expect.
Yeah,
2 gases already that he spotted.
Yeah, and I mean, this is exemplified by the fact these 2 Marines just now returning to base. You look at the minimap and the vision pattern for Journey. He's been all around the map, all around his half of the map anyway, trying to find, is Rain proxying something? I don't really know what's going on. The Reaper didn't see the tech choice. The Reaper didn't see anything useful. But it looks like out of Rain, he's just going into the same sort of stuff he went for on, I think it was Overgrowth, just like a standard kind of 3-gate blink opening into Robo. Although, actually hasn't added on any gates yet. So this is playing a little greedy, just the 1 gate. And that's going to give him a little bit of a hard time as this bio push moves out. Although it doesn't have stim. but combat shield, very fast combat shields. This is going to be an interesting little bit of aggression from Journey.
Yeah, and he might even just skip through the natural into the main. But all of the Stalkers are inside of the main. Rain did decide to take his gases a lot earlier than he did before. Remember, we were given note to the Overgrowth game. He saturated up the minerals and actually waited on that for quite a bit of time before deciding to. And look at this. Combat shield push. Ready? There's the Photon Overcharge. He even gets the Mothership Core. And doesn't even care that the Nexus is shooting because they have so much more HP right now. Oh my god, actually. This is not what Rain was expecting at all.
No, not even slightly. And a lot of the Stalkers do have Blink Dunk, and that helps out a lot in defending us, especially without Stim. They take the damage less frequently, or they take damage less, and they can get out of range nicely. Journey focus firing down that one Stalker is not going to get it. Does clean that all up, and that's quite a lot of bio that's gone down. But 13 probes lost there for Rain. Gives Journey a nice little 3 worker advantage, and that's especially good when you consider that normally Protoss is pretty much always ahead in workers until they've got maxed or they've stopped producing workers because they've got Chrono, and Terran has mules to make up for it. And now Journey's income is going to be leagues ahead of Rain's. A good 300 to 400 mils a minute ahead of Rain's. Now heading up to like 500 to 600 as the mules drop down. And yeah, that's going to be a nice little boost to help him transition into the mid game.
I mean, even through all that, there was no mining at the natural either. Yeah. It really took Rain off guard, so who knows if whatever it was that he was planning, if he had forgotten anything yet, but he seems to be on track, getting that Colossus. He's also getting the Colossus range with it. And, this is good for Rain, actually. Getting...
Yeah.
Yep, that's really good. We're going to lose one of them,
Stalker. Still, that's a lot of Marines that went down, and traded only for health from those Stalkers. I mean, that's a really great trade for now. Journey's going to move out with another little pack of bio, but now Rain has that Colossus done. Second one's on the way. Thermal Lance is going to be finished pretty soon as well. And the double forge comes down. He's now up to 3 gates. He can warp in Stalkers at a much more
than before, where it was
literally 3 times as fast, or more accurately, 3 times as many Stalkers.
As many,
They warp in the same speed, but. Journey's going to open up this attack path, and this is pretty nice. This is, I think, one of the more interesting aspects about Coda. Later on in the game, you can open up all sorts of attack paths. It's very easy to move around your opponent's vision, but Rain has this observer placed in like the best place to actually spot when your opponent's moving in, because that's about the one place he can't even get around. Even if he goes up on this third base and kind of comes down the ramp, some of it will be spotted by the observer, and actually that looks like what he might be doing. Maybe he's just checking if there is a third base, but still.
That's pretty big, just to see how it is that Rain is playing. Yeah, Rain playing a little bit greedy in his own way, where he does get the double forge up on his upgrades. If he did get the Nexus with it too, then that is something that would be pretty, kind of pushing it here.
Yeah,
I think this is like this Deadwing, how we saw it on it, where he gets the cannon for the safety inside of the mineral line too, and he gets a pretty decent amount of units on the ground. It's just this is a point where he is a bit more vulnerable, and he will delay his 4th base or his 3rd base in order to get this out safely.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it now, but at the same time, Journey's moving across the map. I think he's gonna try and load up for a drop in the main, but for now, snipes away that probe and just gets out. Over in the 4th base, yep, there's the Medevacs loading up, but he is actually going to boost away, not into the main.
I thought he was actually...
Which is good. Yeah, it's good for him because Rain was 100% prepared. Bunch of Stalkers in the main. He had that observer seeing the Medevac load up, but now Journey's unloading full Medevac's worth of units, ready to start harassing the 3rd base, but that's going to be a tough base to harass with 3 Colossi positioned at it. It's not easy. This is even harder.
Yeah.
Moving up into that concave.
Thinking twice about it, Journey just going to go ahead and go on back. He does have a double reactored starport. Is that what it is? Yeah, double reactored starport. And he is making a lot of Vikings once again, making them right at that starport. I don't know if it was a miss, if he didn't mean to not rally them or not, but yeah, look at the way he's rallying and doing this once again.
Hiding them, yeah.
He's doing it in 2 different spots, it looks like. So if one of them do get spotted, I mean, hopefully it's not the one on the bottom, because you'll see the double reactor.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't matter anyway.
Starport anyway, but...
Yeah, he moves out with them now. And we actually haven't seen an SCV pull from Journey this series. And I think
at all, yeah.
it would... No, I think it would have been only, like, to defend. And I think this would be a pretty decent time for one. Storm's going to be a long way away. Rain isn't going to move towards it anytime soon because he is going for that double upgrades. He can't afford all kind of 3 big gas sinks, Colossi, Templar, and the double upgrade. So,
Trigonal.
What?
Here you go. Here come the boys because
he's doing it.
Armory.
Yes, man, he agrees with me. I'm so happy.
Double
feel validated again.
Starport. Here come the boys. They're gonna be able to go get some good damage done, most likely. But I mean, where is he gonna try to attack here? Is he gonna try to go up the ramp there? Just like it's just an awkward way to pull the boys. I think if you have a lot of them. Like,
I think, I don't know. I think, okay, this is great. A small force goes up here. There's nothing up here. And now Rain moves down to defend. Journey has this massive army, and Rain knows it as well. Rain sees this. He has to let go this third base. It's already dead, basically. Like, he can't save it anymore. And
getting a lot of workers there pretty much secures the fact that that base is going down with really little risk to losing his whole army. Because if Rain pushes down that ramp, you better be damn well sure that you're going to be able to, force field the ramp on the third base side. But
I think Rain's thinking of it now. 2-2's finished, 6 Colossi here, and a blink forward onto the Vikings, making sure to zone them out from the 6 Colossi, and they are raining down hellfire from above on all of these bio units. The SCVs actually got sent back, so they're having to come back and support the bio here. But the bio is all gone. Just a few units remaining, but the Colossi are having to back off. The Viking count is dwindling, though, and both sides, as the reinforcing SCVs come in, decide to retreat a little bit and lick their wounds.
Yeah, these workers don't know what to do with their lives. Some of them have Vespene cans, some have minerals, and like the other ones just using their drills to try to attack. They don't even know. They're so confused, and they're gonna go back home once again. Meanwhile, behind all this, remember, they're not mining anything.
Yeah, absolutely. The lost mining time is enormous for Journey.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got what is that like? That's 5 workers in the natural, a full 14 in the main. But like to be mining off 19 workers for as long as he was is crippling, really crippling. And I mean that could. I don't know if that offsets the loss of the third though. Like he did manage to take out Rain's third. That is his success story. But yeah. Rain committing very heavily to the Colossi, went up to 6, he'd finished his 2-2, and now that upgrade advantage, by the way, is only going to build for him. Journey hasn't even started his 2-2. Rain, I wouldn't be surprised to see him start 3-3 pretty soon. There's +3 armor, +3 weapons, I imagine, will be on the way as soon as he feels he can afford it. But this third base is going to go down again, and this is
once again. I mean, how are you going to defend that? I feel like trying to go into Storm here too would be so risky as well.
He can't. There's no way.
It'd be like something that you just have to try to do. But I mean, the timing that it would take for you to even get Storm and then utilize it with the risk of course, another attack, just seems a little bit too much for not really as big of a return, perhaps, as getting that third up is very important. And he's just trying to use those Colossi numbers. But damn, Trigonal, there's only 7 Vikings in the sky. How many Vikings went down? 16 Vikings went down. So I feel like the trade after that battle was really important. Like there was that kind of zone out. He lost a third, and then the way that he was able to get that Terran army before the SCVs were even able to rejoin was pretty big.
If Journey had kept his SCVs there, I mean, I think he made the right decision with the information he had. But if he had kept his SCVs there, I think he would have crushed Rain's army. And that kind of surprised me because Rain moved down that ramp with 6 Colossi. He blinked straight onto the Vikings and was focusing them down. And still, Journey kind of held on. He had a few units left over, and when the SCVs did come in, Rain had to retreat because a lot of the Colossi had gone down. But both players have kind of gotten up to the same count in terms of Colossi and the counter to Colossi, so they're kind of even on that again. But this time, Rain is going to be on 3-3 for the next engagement, and that means he's going to be taking 6 less damage from the Vikings, each Viking shot. He's going to be dealing God knows how much extra damage with the Colossi.
Right?
About 12, I think. They get a total of +12 damage for +3, and that's just a horrendous amount. Now Rain he's kind of comfortable with Colossi count. He's gotten up to 6. He's going to... Oh my god, he's still producing them. Okay, never mind. He's going to start moving towards Templar now that he feels a bit more secure about his third base, but Journey's moving forward. There's a lot of Vikings here. The boys are in town again. But Rain moving down this ramp, and all the Colossi are firing, but this is a beautiful arc for Journey. The Vikings doing what they can to take down these Colossi, and the front tanking the Stalkers. The Gateway is running out for Rain, but so is Journey's Bio.
Yeah, this is such a close battle here. The 3-3 really shining, but all of those SCVs did go down. And now the Vikings are going to try to land to deal with this Gateway army, but keep in mind that they are still 3-3, and I feel like they're kind of buffering for the rest of the Bio. It's almost like the Vikings are being the buffer now. This Bio is only
Rain has a reinforcing Colossus coming in.
Oh my god.
These Vikings, perfect for Journey. Just 4 of them lift off to try and deal with this. The rest of them, he has to keep them on the ground to deal with this Gateway, but it's not enough. GG! And Rain, ladies and gentlemen, takes the last game in the series. Huge round of applause for him. He is our ASL Season 4 Prime League champion.
And man, that was like, for me at least, you know me, I'm obviously a Zerg player and all, but like, that was one of those moments in my mind where I was thinking at the beginning, I'm like, is Rain really gonna just like get wrecked today?